Hello, we are Theater for Therapy. My name is Ashley Barnett.
I'm Esther Lim.
My name is Suhas.
I'm Olivia Johnston.
Theater for Therapy is a program aimed at creating an after-school theater program aimed at combining speech pathology techniques with theater techniques to make speech practice fun and engaging for elementary school kids. A few goals we have for this program is to first establish the program and then to increase communication and confidence in children with speech disabilities. We also want to seek to remove the perceived limits these children have about what they can and can't do in their future because of their speech disability. And we also want to empower children to know that they can do these things with the speech disabilities they have. A few people we contacted for help with this project were the U of E Theater Department. They gave us some really valuable theater exercises and how to run a theater program. We talked to some theater students who said they would be interested in volunteering and helping out in leading this program. And we also talked to some speech therapists who gave us some really insightful advice about how to approach these speech exercises with elementary school kids. So that's what we got from our stakeholders. What we were giving to children with disabilities is encouragement, not only from us to practice their speech techniques, but also just the encouragement of being around other children with similar disabilities that they have and building that community. We also want to give parents a safe space for their children to come and learn, and another place for them to practice outside of the home. And we also want to offer schools a free program for them to offer the community.
All right, so that brings us to our strategy, how we're going to implement all these goals. First, we want our program to be effective. And to do that, we want to make it engaging. We want to make it something that the kids enjoy being at. And to do that, we are having fun theater exercises rather than just practicing certain sounds over and over and over again. We also want to make it personalized, which means that we will work with each kid on what they need to work on. And we also want to make it flexible. We don't want to make any children uncomfortable in what they have to do. We want to work within their limits. And that will bring us to a showcase, which I will explain later. We also want to see progress in our program. And to do this, we will speak to the parents of the children in our program and get an idea of where their children are at now and where they are at the end of the program. We will also go to our partners for more advice as we need it, and we would also like to see our children grow in their confidence and in their speech capabilities. And all of this will culminate in a final showcase where they will be able to perform these theater exercises that we have been doing for the entire program in front of their families and maybe their friends as well, just to show them how much they've improved and how much their confidence has increased. All right, so this can also come with some challenges. One is that this is an unknown field for us, but to combat that, we have been talking with theater mentors as well as speech pathologists who know a lot about children and speech pathology and children's theater overall. Another challenge could be participation. Maybe their parents might not know about it, so we are creating social media to get that out there. Also, we will need permission from parents and principals to implement this program in their schools.
So we've looked at what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And now let's take a look at how we're going to measure that progress. So we have to do this in 3 different ways. The first being parent surveys. And this will help us get an idea of how confident the child is in his ability to speak and how frequently he's expressing himself outside of the session. So this could be at home or at school. And then we'll also be observing their progress in the sessions and seeing how their speech is progressing. And this involves observing measures such as how well they're using their specific techniques, how often they are coming across certain speech blocks or impediments, and also how often they're willing to speak up and how confident they feel. And lastly, we'll be gauging how engaging our program is by by keeping track of how many interested students there are in successive iterations of the program, and that'll give us an idea of how fun and engaging our theater activities are. So this is our timeline for our program development and implementation. So the first step was contacting stakeholders. We've already completed that and received some great information, as Ashley mentioned. And we're using that information currently to develop a curriculum and contact potential schools who'd be interested in helping us implement this program. So the implementation is something we're hoping to do in September of 2021. It'll be in the form of a 10-week program, and throughout the 10 weeks and after the program has finished, we'll be evaluating the progress of the students and also of participation to get an understanding of how effective the program is, and also gain feedback on how to improve the program in next iterations.
So we have analyzed the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for our project. And one of our strengths was that we provide honest feedback to each other as a team. And we're passionate for our objectives of this project. And this project itself is needed in schools who does not provide these opportunities to students who need it. And so some of our weaknesses are that since this project is fairly new, we're unknown to parents and schools, and we're not professionals, and that we need more mentors and volunteers who can work along with us to get our project done. And so some opportunities we have are the schools that needs us, and expansion into hospitals and other programs who want this what the project provides for our students, and more volunteers. And threats were talked about repeatedly throughout our project. Participants breaks and permissions. To go into depth with the breaks, this means summer breaks or winter breaks that may arise in our campus, and for this time we'll have to be inactive. And the objective of our project is that we strive to create a free program that empowers elementary school aged children with speech disabilities and increase their speech skills, leading to improvements in communication and confidence. This concludes our presentation, and this is our QR code. Is there any questions that we need to answer?